Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more.
Oh woman, don't treat me so.
Man, you already know what I'm talking about. Hit the road, Kubiak. Man, I had to put that in there. I was going to do away with this little intro music and everything, but you know what? I had to put that old school Ray Charles, Hit the Road Jack. Just had to put a little, take the Jack out, take the J out of it, and put the Kubiak part of it, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what? It's November 20th, 2013. This is Josh Liu. Welcome to my show. And this is called Hit the Road, Kubiak. Alright? Hit the road, Kubiak. And don't you come back no more. Alright, you already know. I already sung it already. So anyways, yes, it's a horrific season for the Houston Texans. We're 2-8. It's been horrific. We're only one game better than these Jacksonville Jaguars that are coming into town. And there's no telling, we might not even beat them. So we might lose out. We don't, you know what? I hate to sound like some of you fans might be, Texas fans might be offended, but you know, if we lose out, so we'll get a higher draft pick. I mean, we're one of the bottom right now. We'd have the third draft pick right now. As of today, if the season ended today, we'd have the third draft pick. So we'll be able to get one of those top quarterbacks. You know, we're not going to get into all that right now. This season has been a train wreck. And I already done a couple videos about the Texans, about Kubiak, about Schaub, about the whole state of the affairs. I listen to Sports Talk 610, 790. You know, my boy Josh Enos, Rich Lord, Charlie Palillo. You know, it's gotten really bad. So yeah, it's time to hit the road, Kubiak, for sure. Now I'm going to give you my reasons. I got several reasons why Kubiak needs to go. Okay? The first reason is this: the move. And you know which move I'm talking about, y'all. This past weekend we played the Raiders, right? You know, Case Keenum's been playing the last several weeks, and you know what? Yeah, he's made mistakes. He doesn't have a lot of experience yet, but you know what? He's got hope for us, hope for the future. You know what? He might not be the starting quarterback for the Texans for the next 5 to 10 years, but you know what? He's definitely an upgrade over Schaub. So here's my point: the move. It was the move for Schaub. You know, if Kubiak wasn't already on the hot seat already, he pretty much signed his pink slip whenever he pulled Keenum for Schaub at the end of that third quarter. Yeah, I know our offense was struggling. It's been struggling the last several games. Okay? But Kubiak, why don't you ever make adjustments on the offensive line, you know, switch your scheming and everything, you know? So this is the problem, that you should never, ever put Schaub in there. You should not even play him at all unless Keenum and Yates is hurt for the rest of the year. I don't even want to see Schaub's face out there on the field no more. He's going to be gone next year anyways. You need to see what you got with Keenum the rest of the year. You know, determining how high of a pick you need for a quarterback in the next draft, because there are going to be a lot of good quarterbacks in the 2014 draft. All right. You know, and also you know that Andre Johnson and Schaub got into a heated conversation at the end of the game. You know, Schaub got all into Andre Johnson about stopping the route. Well, of course he's gonna stop the route. You got 3 defensive players on you. You got one in front of you, you got one on the other side, you got one on the side. You think he was gonna catch that? Of course, everybody knew. Everybody at Reliance Stadium, all the Raiders knew you were going to go to Andre Johnson. Of course they're going to have 3 people on him. And then you'll have the audacity to get in his face. The one guy that's going to be a surefire Hall of Famer. I mean, he better be a Hall of Famer. Andre Johnson, the guy who does never complain, who stays quiet, has been with this franchise for 11 years, and you want to talk shit to him? Man, you need to back down right there. You need to back off that. You know what I'm saying? So, and of course, he ended up walking off the field after that confrontation. In fact, I think it had to get broken up. Well, I'm glad he walked off the field. Some of you are like, oh, it was unprofessional for him to walk off the field. You know what? he needed to make a statement. And you know what? He's never ever done that before and all that. And he actually, after that in the locker room, he went off on Schaub and freaking the coaches in there. Like, what is going on? Just like that's why the Texas fans were booing. Of course they're going to be booing. And some fans are like, why are they booing? Well, they should be booing. Well, they're supposed to just sit in there and be happy and be like, okay, like, man, if you're a fan in there, it don't mean just because you're booing, don't mean you're a bad fan. That means you're a freaking passionate fan. And I've been in there booing too, screaming at the top of my lungs. Why are they bringing in this joker? But Johnson needs to be mad at Schaub and Kubiak. Kubiak just as or more for putting this clown in there. So that's my first point. He signed his pink slip, I think, Bob McNair, for putting Schaub back in that game. Whether we won or lost. But it backfired anyway, so that's my first reason, putting Schaub back in there, okay? Here's my second point. His predictability. And also able to make adjustments. You know, Kubiak's considered an offensive guru, you know. He was an offensive genius or whatever for the Broncos, and he was backing up John Elway, you know, helped them win the Super Bowls and all that. That's fine and dandy, okay? But I tell you what, so he's coming over here. Everybody knows what we're going to do on first down. We're usually going to run on first down, right? Something like that. Short passing plays. You know, I think the short passing plays more because he's been playing Schaub. I think with Keenum he can like let it loose a little more. But you know, running on first down, short passing plays, a little 5-10 yarders. You know what? You don't go for it. You don't ever go for it. You just you settle for all this and that. You need to go for it. Chunk the ball down the field. I think Case Keenum helps out with that though, because he chunks that ball down the field like he did a Garrett Graham. And when we get to our side of the field, if it's a fourth down and it's a crucial play, you go for a field goal, and all the chances are that boy Bullock is gonna miss it. You need to go for it sometimes, man. You need to have some cojones, like I said in my other videos. You might as well just call it a freaking 3 downs all the way, even if it's to the 1-yard line. By the end zone. You need to go for it, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Texans fans are tired of that. And here's what I mean by unable to make adjustments. Let me give you a stat. You know, in the second half on this 8-game losing streak, we've been outscored by over 100 points. That's more than 12 points, 13 points each game. That's on average. So why can't you make adjustments with your offensive line protection? Why can't you make adjustments on? I know the defense, so I'm not giving you a Wade Phillips a pass either. But we're not going to talk about Wade Phillips right now. We're going to break all that down at the end of the season. But why can't you switch up your offensive line protection for Keenum? It seems like you get a more adjustment with Schaub. Why can't you give it with Keenum? That don't make no sense. You know, put a tight end over there. And what you doing with freaking Newton on the right side? Newton's a freaking joke. You need to put Ryan Harris in there. He's a little bit better. And talking about switching them out. You need to he shouldn't be playing them. Or he shouldn't be playing in the NFL. He's probably the worst right tackle in the whole damn league. Newton is done, man. He's terrible. You know what? Our left side is good with Dwayne Brown. And our center is good, Chris Myers. But talking about too many penalties. And he's just a boy, you know what I'm saying? Our right side's getting blown off. So, not able to make adjustments to scheme. It's not working, Kubiak. It's not working. So, you know, we got to move on from that. Definitely. The third thing I think is, I don't know about you, Texas fan. Same excuses, same speech. Every freaking game. Like, after the game. You know, he sounds the same after every game. You know, especially after the losses, right? Oh, they played hard. The other team just made more plays. We're just going to get back in the film room. And hopefully we'll turn around next week. Here's the classic one. It's on me. It's on me. You know what? Yeah, it is on you. You know, he said it the first few times, and that was okay. But after saying it a gazillion times, yeah, it got old after a while. You know, you don't sound like mad. We want to see you upset. You know, it sounds the same freaking sorry ass freaking You know what? They're fighting, they were competing and all that stuff. You know, hopefully we could turn around all that. You don't sound real sure of yourself, Kubiak, and I don't think you have a clue of how to fix this offense. And I think you're done as far as that. You can't even turn this around. You can't do nothing. You've been able to make adjustments. You've had the same old speech, same rah-rah and all that. We're tired of it already. The next thing is we need a new culture. This is the big problem I had last week before the Raiders game. He said about Keenum that he's going to be on a short leash. He needs to look out that Schaub, if Keenum doesn't play better, Schaub is going to go in there. Let me tell you something. And he said also that every player is accountable. What? That's a freaking joke. Because Schaub never ever had to worry about that. How many pick sixes he been throwing and all that before he got benched? The only reason why Keenum went in there is because Schaub got hurt. How many more freaking games have we had to endure with Schaub if he didn't get hurt? Let's be honest. You know what? That's a freaking joke. You know what I'm saying? Give some example. Like I said beside the Schaub. Like David Carr also. They never had any threat. And this has been going on with certain players in the organization that they had no need to worry about their starting position. Every player should be accountable. If you want to be a competitive franchise, every player needs to watch their back. Somebody over there, because if you're not doing the job, then your ass needs to get benched. Am I lying or what? Another thing is this: we were doing good, you know, like last couple of years when we were up. You know, we didn't stomp on them. You know, we didn't just finish them. Never stomped on them. Never had that killer instinct. We let these fools back in the ball game. You know, we started playing conservative. You know what I'm saying? We take the foot off the gas. Seattle was a big example. We had a freaking nice little lead this season, and we started playing all conservative and everything. You know what I'm saying? Started running the ball, these little short passes, not being aggressive enough. That's no excuse. You need to play a whole 4 quarters, and we haven't played 4 quarters since last year when we played against the Ravens. And we are 4-12 since last year, since that Patriots game. 4-12. So yeah, you know what? At 2-8, I don't even care. I think we should go 2-14 because I want to make sure we're going to have some changes next year. I want Bob McNair to clean house. I want Kubiak to go. I want Joe Marciano to go, the special teams coach, because the special teams, except for this last game, it's been a joke. It's been a freaking joke. You can't do no protection on the blocking on our punt return, or kickoff returns, nothing like that. You know, and Bullock should have been gone. You know, he had a better outing this last. You know what I'm saying? I think Wade Phillips, I think we should keep him as defensive coordinator, bring in a new head coach. You know, we definitely got to get rid of Schaub, got to get rid of T.J. Yates, Newton. We got to make we got to clean house, y'all. So you know what? I'm just definitely frustrated. You know, if we lose this game, then we lose against the Jaguars, and we're gonna have a chance to have the top pick, going from Super Bowl contender to being one of the jokes of the franchise with Atlanta, because they're 2-8 also. That shit sucks. Why would anybody want to spend hundreds of dollars out there to go to a Texas game whenever the management is terrible? And you know what I'm saying? I know we got injuries and all that stuff, but every team's got injuries. That's no excuse. The way this has been managed, Kubiak, and the big problem is Kubiak. You can't. It's not Schaub, because Kubiak put Schaub in after so many games. Yeah, we all know Schaub sucks now. He's not going to come back. But you know what? It's time for a change. We need a new coach. We need a new culture. Because if we stick with Kubiak next year, it's going to be the same old Texans. Same old Texans. So I'm tired of it right now. And I'm glad it's Rocket season right now. I'm very glad it's Rocket season. Very, very glad. Damn, I showed off my hair. I'm very glad it's Rocket season right now, because you know what? They got a winning team right now. You know what? That's all I'm going to say. I'm Josh Lou, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, hit the road, Kubiak. Hit the road, Kubiak. Kubiak, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Kubiak, and don't you come back no more.